I have the honor and privilege of speaking with one man who knows African football in and out. He's been there, he's done that, managed the game in Africa, and one of the pioneers, one of those who championed hosting the World Cup in Africa for the very first time. It's a privilege to speak with Mr. Danny Jordan, the president of the South African Football Association, SAFA. It's a great honor to have you, sir.
No, thank you very much. Wonderful to talk to you.
Thank you. First thing first, let me congratulate you for the Bafana reaching the semi-final of the African Nations Cup. I think it's a huge achievement. Nobody gave them a chance. How do you feel about what the Bafana did here in Ivory Coast?
Well, we always focus. We always believe that we're going to be in the final, and that we'll have a chance to win it. We didn't start well, but so did Argentina.
Exactly.
Lost the first match. We lost against Mali, made the mistakes, and we came back. And I think when we defeated Morocco, it was the first shock that people got.
Yes.
That this team can play. And then we went on. There was a miracle against Cape Verde. Miracle by our goalkeeper. He's done something which no goalkeeper has done in world football.
Exactly.
To win, to save 4 out of 5 penalties. And then we were in the final, in the semi-final.
Yeah.
Now against Nigeria, who has been winning the AFCON on multiple times.
Yes.
But we knew that it's going to be a tough game. We were prepared to run with them. And in the end, we're just unfortunate. But I think we are happy with our team. Our team has performed extremely well. They were united right through. They were a happy bunch, singing when they came into the dressing room and into the stadiums, always singing. But after the Nigeria game, they walked into the dressing room and all just slumped.
Wow.
They were gutted. No singing, nothing. And I realized that they put their hearts in. They put everything in. And it was sad to see them.
Back in South Africa, I hear that not a lot of people follow the Bafana anymore. Do you think that this performance will change?
No, absolutely. In our country, you had primary school kids, you were the primary school, singing songs about Bafana, the people of our country. And you must know that we played at 8 o'clock, which is 10 o'clock in South Africa.
South Africa,
they stayed until the next day. And the Nigeria game went into Sunday. We started playing on Saturday, it went into Sunday. But they were watching.
Incredible. Are you very happy with the coach, Hugo Bruce?
No, I'm happy with the coach. You know, I saw Hugo Bruce when he was coaching Cameroon.
Yes.
And I saw what he was doing. He brought a young, inexperienced team and took them to the AFCON and won it. So many of our players believe that we're going to win the AFCON.
Yeah. Wow.
He said, no, we're going to win it because they have confidence in him. Now, in the technical assessment that they've done and the advice that they've given them, the players absolutely believed in the coach. And it's not always that you have a coach that has a complete confidence of each and every player. So we are very happy with Bruce.
Let's talk about managing the team. You know, there's a lot of talk about bonuses in African football. South Africa was never in that discussion. But recently we started to hear issues with bonuses, with the Bafana, and even the girls. Would you like to talk about this?
You know, one of the things that you must do is to tick all the boxes.
Yes.
And a very serious tick that you must have before the team leaves is to settle the matter of bonus.
Absolutely.
The absolute calm, the peace, and the focus of this Bafana team is because when they were in camp in Stellenbosch, I went there and we settled the matter of the bonus.
Wow.
We agreed on everything, and they signed. We all signed. I have a picture where we all signed and
amazing.
happy, and everything was done. So it's a very important thing, you know, because you have seen too many times
Absolutely.
African teams go into a World Cup,
Yes.
and then and my friends in Nigeria, you know, they had Sunday Odyssey,
Yes.
JJ Okocha,
Yes.
Daniel Amakachi.
Yes.
The list is endless.
Yes.
I thought that team was good enough to win the World Cup.
Exactly. In '94.
94, because they then came there and things nothing to do with football
Exactly.
derailed them. And I think if players can just focus and say, look, we can talk about these matters again. This is where we should focus. But I think also there is the question of the history and all of those. But I think all of us must make sure that everything is done before the team departs from our border.
That's very key, because what happens on the field is affected by what happens outside of the pitch.
Yeah.
And like you said, that's why a lot of African teams don't do well at the World Cup, because players are not focused. Even here in Ivory Coast, a lot of teams had these issues.
Yeah.
They just managed to put them, bury them under the carpet. Let's talk about players. A lot of ex-players are becoming FA presidents. Samuel Eto'o is one of them.
Yeah.
What do you think? Is this a good trend? Do you think they have the capacity, the experience to manage football?
Yeah, I think anyone can become the president of the association, provided they have the capacity. Because football today is business.
Absolutely.
Football today is financial institution, it's a developmental institution. So you must have a sense of all of those areas.
Exactly.
Before you become the president. You can't just play and then because you played well, the best player becomes the president. I think that doesn't work that way.
Let me ask you, the South African FA, SAFA, you have a CEO. Please tell us about the structure of SAFA, because in Nigeria it's different. You have the president and that's all. You are the president.
I'm the president.
And you have a CEO.
Yeah.
Could you explain the structure?
We have a board, with like in a company, board of directors.
Yes, sir.
And then we appointed a CEO,
yes,
who was a woman, and that woman happens to was a captain of Banyana.
Oh, wow.
And she has a master's degree.
Amazing.
In sports science. She's got a BCom degree. She focused on finance. So she's well qualified.
Absolutely.
In the administration.
Not just because she played football.
No, not just because she played. She went to study. So I think she's well qualified. So she runs the administration.
The AFCON has been amazing. And this is happening under the reign of another South African, Mr. Patrice Motsepe. What would you say about what he's done to football on the continent and the level of the level the AFCON has reached under his reign?
No, I think that when he became the president, he said, I want an African team to win the World Cup.
Wow.
And we must do everything to give all African teams the best possibility to win the World Cup. And look how close
Morocco came. Exactly, very
Morocco
close.
Came very close.
Yes.
And then you can see the progress in African football. He has managed to raise a lot of money for African football. And because of the improvement in the football itself, people have more confidence.
Exactly.
Because they know he does not even take a penny.
Wow, for CAF.
From CAF. He said, no, I don't want CAF money. Wow. I don't want FIFA's money.
Wow.
take it and give it to the staff,
Wow.
motivate them.
Amazing.
Uh, so when you have a president like that, the commercial partners, the sponsors know this man doesn't need our money. He's not going to
Exactly.
steal our money. So we can trust him with our money, that he will deliver what he promised.
If he leaves, where does CAF go from there?
Well, I think no institution can depend on one person. We had Nelson Mandela as the president.
Yes.
And when Mandela, even before he became president, he said, I'm only staying for one term, 5 years, and when the 5 years are gone, I'm out. And by year 3, people were beginning to ask the question, hey, no, we must convince Mandela to stay another year. No, he can't go.
Wow.
And he stood firm. He said, no, I told you, if I become the president, I will only stay one term. My term is now over and I am going home.
Wow.
He said, this is a lesson that we must teach on the African continent as well.
Yes.
Because on the African continent, you say you only stay one term.
And then
20 years later, people think, hey, was this man saying one term meaning one lifetime? What does this mean? So we have to be true to our word.
Exactly. Many thank you, sir.
No,
And I wish you continued success as the chairman, president, South African Football Federation.
I'm also done now. This is my last term.
Ah, wow.
When I was elected, I said it's my last term.
Wow.
So I've got 2 more years and then I'm gone.
Africa will never forget you. I will never forget the role you played in bringing the World Cup to Africa and what you have done for football in South Africa in general. When we mention South African football, the name that comes to mind is yours.
No. Look, the World Cup was special.
Yes.
Because I could not understand why is it that the World Cup from 1930 with the first World Cup in
Uruguay. Yes.
I said the World Cup is home and away for Europe. One year it's in South America or North America. The next year
it's back in Europe.
Then there, then back in Europe. And we said no, the World Cup can never be organized on the basis of a home and away for
Europe and South America.
And it was a big fight.
Amazing.
Big fight because the commercial partners had to be convinced to put their money. They had to have confidence in an African association. They had to be convinced that we can deliver the World Cup. All the matches will start on time, and all the matches did start on time. 64 matches.
Wow.
Everyone started on time.
Wow.
It's not, but Africa, the bus is going to break down, the team is going to come late, all of those things. Nothing happened.
Amazing.
It was voted the best World Cup ever.
Wow.
By the social media fans.
Polls, yes.
And I'm so happy that we broke the skepticism, the fear of what will happen in African World Cup. Now they'll know. In the African World Cup, FIFA had $4.5 billion.
Wow.
So it's case closed.
Wow.
And now Morocco is going to host part of the World Cup.
Even Qatar took an inspiration from Africa.
Yeah. After that, FIFA had confidence.
Yes.
To take it
beyond
outside Europe.
Exactly.
And now if you look at when last did Europe host a World Cup?
Since Russia was the last time. 2018.
Let me tell you something. When I said to the Russians, because I was part of the evaluation panel for FIFA.
Okay.
We went around and evaluate the bids. And I said, but Europe has so many World Cups. Putin immediately checked in. He said, we are Eastern Europe.
We're not Europe.
We are not Europe. We talk about Western Europe. They have had many World Cups.
Yes. This,
Tell me
in
the
fact, this is
country.
a continent
Tell
on its
me
own.
tell me the country in Eastern Europe that
Wow.
hosted the World Cup. I would say no. Okay, understand.
Wow.
You've never hosted the World Cup.
So we can go back to 98 then, France.
Yeah, 98 France.
Yes.
No, 2006 in Germany.
That's true.
Was the last
2006 in
one.
Germany.
2006 in Germany
Yes,
was the
yes,
last one.
yes.
And after that, 2010 South Africa, 2014 Brazil,
Yes.
2018 Russia,
Yes.
2022
Yes.
Qatar,
Qatar. And next one in America.
and then Africa. So it was a big battle, but we are there.
South Africa won and Africa won.
Africa hosted the World Cup.
Thank you, sir. Let me quickly say something before we go. Your memory is very clear. I know you are 75, if I'm not mistaken.
No, I'm 71.
71. But your memory is very sharp. You know your history and you know the story of your game. And you can tell dates clearly in football. Not many football administrators your age can remember these things clearly. It shows that you know the game that you manage. You are passionate about it. You are not an opportunist. Because in African football, in administration, there are a lot of opportunists. People who don't even know the game, who just get in there by chance and then they mess things up. I'm proud to have met you and thank you so much. Thank you.
All the best.